Half forward with Diesel. King's got him. We see Matty McNamara was holding his right elbow, as Peter alluded to, at three-quarter time as he walked down to pick up Sean O'Leary.
There's one thing for sure, number 5 still on number 4.
Don't worry about that. Buckingham's right next to Ricky O'Toole. Start of the final term, qualifying final. 12.981 Corio, 11.470 East Geelong. Umpire San Espirito throws it in the air. Breed gets it down towards Charles coming off the wing. He leaves it behind though. Ricky O'Toole, handball free, goes towards Ruck. Handball outboard to Lindsay on centre wing. Back on the left boot, short little kick. No mark taken, goes towards Clifford, third in line, turns around, right foot kick, long, one out, Barry O'Toole against O'Leary, uses the body, can't take the mark, now in front was Keys, he turns around on the right foot, he gets slung as he gets his kick away, it might be okay in the end though, because standing in front and taking a mark is John Bolchevac.
If it wasn't a mark, it was a free kick.
And he will shoot for goal from 15 metres out directly in front. So John Bolchevac, who has kicked 1 goal, 1 this afternoon, chance to put his second on the board and just break open the match a little bit. Be 17 points the lead. So directly in front. Scrambled the ball pretty hard from the middle of the ground, Corio. Oh, it's a terrible kick off the boot.
It's a goal, I think.
But I think he's just snuck it in. He has, for his second.
I reckon we check that footy after the game.
13.987 Corio. They lead East Geelong 11.470. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard, a minute and a half played.
There's just too many missed kicks, Laurie. There's got to probably be something wrong with the footy, like even some of the better kicks are not handling it very well.
No, true. Yeah, there's maybe some reason for it, Eric, but that worries you when that goal umpire runs right across to the points and he comes back and puts the 2 fingers up. You're grateful for that, I think.
But when, a little tip, Laurie, when you see that happen, look at the central umpire. If he puts 2 hands to his mouth, it's a goal.
You hope.
Yeah. You hope. Yeah.
I'm just interested in Ricky O'Toole's centre clearances today. I think, gee, the numbers will be very, very high.
So back in the middle, ball goes up. Ruck, well Breed this time takes it out of the centre, kicks it to centre half forward. Matty King read it well, took the mark going back. Handball very casually to Rick Lazarick, who's running past. That's a glorious kick. Murray, oh, he doesn't take the mark, unfortunately. Picked up by Clifford. Handball to Charles to Ruck. That's a better kick from Ruck to the lead.
Sure is.
Forward and that's surely's got to be 50.
If they're fair dinkum, that is 50.
So the mark taken by Barry O'Toole, certainly. And the man on the mark, he's got to go back 25 metres to the mark. And, well, Barry's
he'll be happy about that.
Quite happy to acknowledge the fact that he's going to get the 50. And he just continues on and has kicked the goal. So that's goal number 5 for Barry O'Toole. That's almost been the difference with the key forwards. He's kicked 5. Dieselak has kicked 4, but it is the 14th for the Corio side. 14.993. They lead East Geelong 11.470. That's on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard, and we're just at 3 minutes in the last quarter. So 2 handy goals, Laurie.
Yeah, well, he's been a handful up there, Barry. He's always dangerous when he's one out, and you know, I'm not quite sure whether they've got that match up there right, to be quite honest with you. And
East Geelong obviously don't have a team rule that if you give 50, you go off.
No, not at all.
Back to the middle, Breed. Ruck gets it down on this occasion. Second hit goes towards McLean. O'Toole through the middle, Cullen. And over the top of the pack is McLean. Charles in there as well. And on the cricket pitch area, the umpire will come in. Secondary bounce.
I get the feeling that Ricky O'Toole wants to win this game.
Oh, I'm sure he does, Eric.
So it'll be a ball up. Breed gets it down. Manning there. Kick from mid-air. Oh, lucks of fortune to Clifford. Called to play on now. He's called to play on. He kicks it towards half forward. Good kick too to Ruck. And he takes the mark at 50. Runs in. Goes with a right foot kick. Best kick of the day, Danny Ruck. And on the line. Touched by Barry O'Toole, I think. And it's through for 1 behind.
It was a good kick from Danny, though.
Yeah. It was. So they go to 14.10.94 now, Corio. And they lead East Geelong 11.470. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard, 4 minutes played.
Just into the last quarter at AFL. Geelong 6-9, trail Brisbane 15-12, and Melbourne 8-8, trail Sydney 17-5.
Well, the kick in came from McLeod towards Gunn, and then Gunn kicked it out of bounds on the full. So Matthew Cullen will take the resultant free kick at half forward.
Well, even the kick from the crowd, then Laurie didn't spin too well.
So Matthew Cullen, left half forward.
This bloke handles the footy pretty well.
I was going to say,
he mightn't be too
if
far
there's
away.
anybody who could kick a goal from the boundary line like this, it's Matthew Cullen. I know he's a left footer, but he uses the ball pretty well. If there's nothing on offer, he might just decide to line it up. He comes in now. He's kicked it towards the teeth of goal. Big pack there. Oh, over the back. Ricky O'Toole has taken a great mark. And
I saw him lining up at the back of the pack, and I thought, he can't get this. He couldn't.
Well, he's kicked 2 goals, 1 this afternoon, Ricky O'Toole, and a chance to put his 3rd on the board and the 15th for Corio.
I've got to suggest, Laurie, perhaps he's outlasted Mark Buckingham.
Oh, I think he has.
We've seen Nathan Murray hobbling at the back as well of the pack in the back pocket, so that's not good.
Well,
News
Ricky,
for East.
he climbed over a few there.
So Ricky O'Toole to come in and kick his 3rd. Corio go to 15-10, 100. They lead East Geelong 11-4-70. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard, 6 minutes played.
Yeah, well, I don't think I've seen Ricky O'Toole's intent to play so well as he has today, probably all season. And, you know, he's been where the footy has been all day, and he's got a lot of pressure. He's had you know, he's been tagged pretty hard and pretty heavy. And, you know, while Mark's got 3 goals, he's done a pretty good job. But boy, Ricky's had, as I said before, he's had some centre clearances there.
And Stenhouse comes onto the ground as Murray carried off the ground at the finish, so it looks like an ankle perhaps, or somewhere in that region. As the umpire now has the footy back in the middle, and perhaps the suggestion might be Corio have broken it open now as the whistle goes from the boundary umpire. Corio come into the centre too soon, so Breed the ruckman will take the free kick from the middle. Kicks long towards half forward flank for East Geelong. Matty King drop back in front of the pack, courageous mark, and takes it in over the head. Kicks wide, looking for and finds Nevada Cornwall. Another strong mark in front ahead of the Bailey there. So Corio all of a sudden starting to take control of things. They're marking in front, they're marking strongly. Now Cornwall chips over the top. The lead is from Ruck, and on centre wing, Danny Ruck has taken a mark. Geez, set Matt King a bit of a task, but the mark has been paid. Sean O'Leary, a long way from full forward, did the spoiling there. But King, handball to Ricky O'Toole on the left foot, kicks it looking for a player at half forward, but in between the 2 Corio players was Duncan Miles of East Geelong. Matty McNamara has come up the ground, obviously following Sean O'Leary, and he's now standing the mark on centre wing. McLeod has taken it, chips it over to McLean, and Luke McLean of East Geelong still on centre wing. Again with Matt McNamara standing the mark, decides to kick long, kicks towards centre half forward. Big pack of players there. Breed, he's attacked by a number of Corio players. The ball, a bit like basketball at the moment, it's up in the air. Well, Bailey had the footy.
He won't go anywhere.
He's absolutely besieged by Corio players, and the umpire has put a whistle on play. So McNamara now goes back with Sean O'Leary, back toward the goal square as the ball goes in the air. Ruck gets the tap, followed on by Walton. McLean picks it up for East Geelong, handball underground to Kiao Intervong, but he can't get clear of the pack. And once again, the umpire will move in and put the ball in the air. We're adjacent to the corner of the 50-metre square in the middle of the ground here as the ball goes up. Breed, knocked on further by Bailey, taken by Ricky O'Toole. Look away handball to Matty King, another little handball to Eldridge. Eldridge now goes back dangerously in toward the corridor, but Nevada Cornwall has taken the mark for Corio. Plays on quickly, runs right across the ground to the defensive side. Oh, gee, a dangerous handball to Ricky Bigham, but he's up to the task. Chips the ball over to Matty McNamara. Ball won't bounce for him. Finally it does. Runs onto it and kicks long. The lead out there is from Bolchevac. Can't take the mark. He and Fitzgerald. Great contest out there. And off their hands, it's run toward the boundary line. So it's gone from one end to the other very rapidly, and it's now out of bounds. Outer side, half forward flank for Corio. Kicking in this final quarter to the northern end. Ball comes in. In there was Ruck doing the ruck work. Comes forward of the pack, picked up for Corio, kicked forward. That Keys knocked over without the footy. Hill picks it up, chips it across the ground to McLean. They've switched the play East Geelong. They're now on the Social Club side. Another chip past to Brood. Handball over the top to Intervong. It's not a good handball, but if it sits, he'll run on it. Tackle without the footy. And I'd say you almost suggest Nevada a professional
free kick. There's no doubt about that.
He certainly stopped the play. So Intervong back quickly to McLean. He chips the ball to the lead coming from Duzalak. He takes the mark, chips it again, looking for Miles, takes the mark and decides to go on, but should have gone back and had the kick. Blazed away at the goals. It's gone to the right-hand side. And when East Geelong really needed a set shot going through for a goal, they get it behind. 11-5-71 East Geelong. They trail Corio 15-10-100. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard, 11 minutes last quarter.
Bigham short to Ricky O'Toole. Back to Bigham in the left back pocket. He chips it towards half back, running on Matty McNamara. Doesn't take the mark, keeps it in front, gets some support from Danny Ruck. Now he kicks along towards half forward. Wobbly looking kick. Oh, running back with a fly to the ball. O'Leary couldn't take the mark. Keys in front now. Can he get around? Yes, he can. Draws a play, gives it to Bolchevik.
Oh, good play.
Over the back to Keys by hand, then handball inboard, looking for Cullen. Doesn't sit for the maul. He needs to get over the top of it, does well. Then his handball to a call, but they've turned it over. And East Geelong from half back can run away. Gunn takes a bounce, wants somebody, got nobody to kick to. Kicks it towards the boundary line. It won't get there though. Lindsay leads in the race of the ball. And then he goes wide looking for Cornwall. Bailey to make up some ground. Oh, does well, Cornwall. Back inboard by hand to Lazarick, who runs free. Goes to the right foot, kick the lead on Barry O'Toole. But chopping it off is David Peters. And it will be a free kick to David, a mark to David Peters. Would have been a free kick anyway.
I think he might have went to the Academy Award, actually. I don't think he touched it.
So, Shorty wants to switch play. Oh, dangerous kick to McLeod. Has to make up a bit of ground, McLeod. Then he plays on. Chips the ball to Miles. Cousins bearing down. He takes the mark just inside the centre square at centre half back. Got Bailey and Gunn and Hill. He goes in that direction. Goes towards Hill. Bounces over his head. Sits through no. Goes with a right foot kick towards Ferguson at half forward. Takes the mark. He's got Buckingham running on his outside. And he kicks it over the top to him now. Buckingham takes the mark and will shoot for goal.
Number 4.
Looking for goal number 4, Mark Buckingham. And a crucial one for the Eagles. He'll be kicking from about 30 metres out. 45 to, well, probably a 60-degree angle. Bit tied up. He's kicked 3 goals this afternoon. All in the first quarter, I think.
Yes,
yeah.
It's very early.
Now he chips it to Ferguson. Laterally, and he'll take the mark. Still 35 metres out, but a better angle.
So fairly ordinary marking there from the Corio defence, Laurie.
Yes, Eric. Maybe they think thinking ahead a bit.
So Ferguson comes in. Hasn't troubled the scorers today. He keeps it low into the breeze, and it's a good kick. Ferguson's first, and the 12th for East Geelong. They get a 12-5-77. They trail Corio 15-10-100. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard, 13 minutes played.
Well, they've given a bit further start, Laurie, but East Geelong from this point on have come home reasonably strongly each quarter, but the start is bigger.
Well, that's right, Eric. It's 13 points or something in it. They'll have to find a little bit here. Look, it could happen. I just thought Corio, just until Fergie kicked that goal, were probably playing a better footy right at this point in time. But, you know, anything can happen. It's only halfway through the last quarter.
And as we were speaking, Dabrowski's come back onto the ground replacing Ricky Bigham. So Corio haven't lost anything in that respect. But there's a few funny things happening around the middle. Lee Clifford's run almost all the way around the centre square so that his opponent defender is having trouble finding him. Ruck gets the tap down in the middle. Picked up by Breed, however. He tries to get a kick clear, can't. Matty Cullen tries to get it footy out, but they fall on top of him, and the umpire will move in and repeat the performance adjacent to the centre circle. 14 minutes, final quarter gone. 12-5, trails 15-10. Corio in front as the umpire puts the ball up in the middle. Ferguson gets the tap down, only as far there as Cullen off the left foot. Oh, magnificent one-handed mark to Johnny Bolchevik on half-forward flank. McLeod had him pinned by the other arm, but decides to play on quickly with a handball to Ricky O'Toole, who's running. He's kicked it long to full forward. Barry O'Toole tries to outmanoeuvre his opponent. Ball comes to ground. Shane Manning picks it up. Had more time than he thought. He's had a pot shot from 25 metres out. Missed everything. Out of bounds on the full. And perhaps a lack of torque, Laurie, from the fellow forwards, because he was absolutely clear.
Well, it was either that or...
Would you believe it's landed inside the boundary? The boundary umpire's going to put it in the air. So throw in comes in the forward area. Walton just pushed his opponent clean out in the ruck contest, and free kick will go to, is it Stenhouse who went to the ruck in that contest? But goodness gracious, that was a pretty ordinary performance by the big fella, Robbie Walton. So Stenhouse now kicks across the face of goal, looking for Hill. Bolshevik descends on him fairly quickly, and Hill, all he could do was look for the safety of the boundary with a handball. He's found it, and in front of the scoreboard here at St Albans, which is on half forward flank, kicking to the northern end, and it shows East Geelong 12-5, trail Corio 15-10, and we've been going 16 minutes in the last quarter.
Throw in, Breed from behind towards the front of the pack. Buckingham overruns it. Cousins is there. Hill as well. Goes to Ricky O'Toole. Trying to get his hands free. Slick handball from Keys. Got it to Eldridge. Draws a player. Handball to Bolshevik. Backwards to Cornwall. Handball over the top towards Eldridge again. Gets around on the right boot. Short little kick back towards Bolshevik. Now McLeod off the ground. Goes towards McLean. Past him. O'Toole as well. Place of the free kick. Didn't get one. Bolshevik pushed in the back. Bailey over the top of it now. Tries to get the handball free. Only goes as far as Cornwall. Tapped on, back towards O'Toole. Oh, intelligent play to Eldridge. To Clifford. Drell sells the dummy and then drops the footy. Ferguson over the top of it. McLean's there as well. Gets a push in the back. And we'll take a free kick. Robbie Walton straight to the middle of the back.
Robbie's forgot about the rule book.
He's got a bit tired. He's just going straight through.
McLean, chip on towards Senjov. Over the back, Lindsay. Intervon, good roving. Goes right, then left. Back in towards the middle. Looking for Gunn. Oh, turned it over though. And dangerously to Charles. Out wide towards Cullen. McLeod has to make up a bit of ground. Now Cullen on the left, around the corner. Good kick too, finds Clifford. Takes the mark at 50 on the boundary line. Goes off a couple of steps. Goes towards goal. And it's fallen back to Barry O'Toole, who has kicked the goal and lost the football in the tree at the same time. Goal number 6 for Barry O'Toole. And 16th for Corio. They go to 16-10, 106. And they lead East Geelong 12-5, 77. Buckley's Entertainment Centre. Final quarter scoreboard, 17 minutes played.
I just wonder, Laurie, East Geelong perhaps conceding here and trying to save Andrew Hill for next week?
I'd say they would be, Eric, but East all of a sudden are copping a few injuries, and you know, they've got to play again next week as well. So you know, it's a bad time of the year to get a few injuries.
So with the ball coming back to the middle, we see Luke Thompson coming back onto the ground. Shane Bailey helped off the ground also. So you're right, there's
unfortunately, Hilly's injury, I think, is going to probably hold him back because you can't get over those hammies quick.
Well, from the ball up in the middle, by hand, it's come to Ferguson. Long kick into the full forward position. Sean O'Leary, well, second or third attempt. Matt McNamara tried to spoil the mark, but Sean O'Leary has taken it cleanly and will kick from 45 metres. Doesn't waste any time, runs in and has kicked his
goal.
first for the semi-final, as it is the 13th for East Geelong. 13-5-83. They trail Corio 16-10, 106. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. We've just passed 18 minutes, final quarter.
Yeah, well, that was a handy goal, of course, Eric. I mean, I don't know, you can't get into the game if the footy doesn't come up there, but Sean hasn't been sort of where the footy's been today, unfortunately, and maybe a run down the ground would have been the way to go, I think, to try and get him in the game a bit.
So we've got Corio having a bit of trouble with matchups in defence. They've got too many players.
Back to the middle. Breed up against Walton this time. Walton gets it down. Falls towards Dandy, having a run in the ruck. Ian Cullen.
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing, guys. Matty King wouldn't know who he's on. He hasn't had a man all day.
True.
So, ball up in the middle again. Goes towards Dandy. Not going anywhere with Rob Walton tackling him. So we'll have a third bounce in the middle. Big pack around the play. Breed stands his ground. Walton will come from behind him. Breed gets it down towards centre wing. Miles and Charles run onto it. Miles in front. Needs some support. Dandy gets across there, gets a push in the back, says the umpire, and it will go to Duncan Miles on centre wing. Around his body towards centre half forward. Buckingham uses the body behind Dieselak. Now Buckingham tried to tap it on. Dabrowski runs the other way. Handball in front to Matthew King. Just sets the handball up in the end. Sanjov gets tackled by Scott Ferguson, who happened to be his teammate. And they will get up with the football. Fergie's gone colourblind, I think. And we'll have a ball up just inside the centre square. At half forward, Breed, Walton. Breed tries to take it out of the ruck contest. Now Walton against him. Handball was okay to O'Toole. He gets ripped off it by Buckingham. O'Toole's second effort was pretty good. Through the middle, Dandy's there as well. And also Miles, he's wrapped up by Charles, not going anywhere. And the umpire will ball it up on centre wing.
Been some terrific tackling, Laurie, hasn't it?
Oh, that there has. And look, the both sides have really commended on the way they're fighting this game out. I mean, it's easy to say, well, we both play again, have another chance, and we'll wait till next week. But they're throwing everything into it, which is great.
So at 20 and a half minutes into the final quarter, from the ball up on the wing, it's come forward from Buckingham. In front again with Sean O'Leary. Mark not paid. All thrown along the ground for East Geelong, but, well, neither side able to... Well, it looked like the free kick going to Lindsay, but in fact it went the other way to Intervong, and outside 50, Intervong for East Geelong finds Sean O'Leary. Never one to waste an opportunity, got himself clear. Intervong saw him, and the pass has been accepted, but he's on a pretty acute angle.
Just as like a dob this though, Eric.
Yes, deep in the forward pocket, but kicking from 30 metres. Puts it on the boot. Lovely looking kick off the boot.
Don't
I'll tell you what, the goal umpire has not moved. So you can't keep him out for a full game, Sean O'Leary. He's kicked his second, and the 14th for East Geelong. 14-5, 89, but they trail Corio 16-10, 106. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard as we tick toward the 22nd minute.
Well, this centre clearance is very vital. If they can get it up to Sean again and maybe get his hands on and kick another one, we'll really have a contest on our hands. But East Geelong may have left a little bit too late to get right back in this, but we'll just have to wait and see. That's the third quarter, went 30 minutes, isn't it?
Back to the middle. Breed goes up early, gets it down, goes towards Senjov. Handball in front towards Intervong. At half forward, Lazarick bears down. Great handball to Miles. At half forward, left foot kick. Thompson goes up off hands to the back. Eldridge will be happy to see it over the boundary line for a throw in, 40 metres around from the East Geelong goal.
Well, it was a pretty comfortable centre clearance for East Geelong, Laurie, but they didn't quite capitalise. Perhaps
No,
went too wide.
just a little bit wide.
So, boundary throw in. Dieselak up against Walton. Over the back, John Cousins. Falls towards Buckingham. Tapped on by Ricky O'Toole for the safety of the boundary line. Finds it. Gains 20 metres. And we'll have a boundary throw in. 55 out from the East Geelong goal. 16-10, 106. 14-5, 89. 17 points the difference in favour of Corio. Boundary throw in. Breed. Takes it out of the ruck contest, gets a right foot to it, goes towards O'Leary, behind McNamara on this occasion. Eldridge is there as well, wants O'Toole. I think he might have kicked it. Well, he's kicked
for touch.
Kick for touch and finds it. It was pretty close to being on the full, but it will be a boundary throw in.
Did very well.
So still 40 metres out from the East Geelong goal. They're keeping it pretty open for Sean O'Leary. Only Clinton Eldridge in front of him from Corio. Breed, John Cousins from the back, taps it away. Cullen, close to the boundary line, gains 30 metres with the thump.
That was as good as a kick, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And it's now outside defensive 50 for Corio. They'll probably be pretty happy to try and muster some of that play again. Corio, Breed, Walton to the side. Senjov stands in the tackle. And held to him, said the umpire. So we'll have a ball up on half forward. So Breed up against Walton. Big pack around the play. Walton gets it to the side of the pack. Clearing kick was coming from Cousins. It was partly smothered. Charles tries to get it back towards Cousins. Pack develops. Ricky O'Toole in there. And the umpire will ball it up again. Still 55 out from East Geelong's goal.
Interesting this time, Laurie. So Scotty Ferguson going in for the ruck contest, and everyone he's been at, it's been very constructive so far.
Breed goes back onto the wing. Create the loose man. McLeod goes up there. Ferguson taps it on towards Thompson. Tried to tap it on intelligently, but Ricky O'Toole chops it off. Smothered though towards McLeod, who breaks free. Goes with the kick. One out. McNamara and O'Leary. O'Leary in front. Can he get around? Yes, he can. Settles. Oh, good kick. Sean O'Leary has kicked the goal. Goal number 3 And the 15th for East Geelong, they go to 15.5.95. They trail Corio 16.10.106. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard, 24.5 minutes. Bit of balance there, Loz.
Oh,
How was the balance?
I was just about to say this is where he's good.
Well, that's indicative of why he's kicked 100 goals, Laurie, for the season. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
So, well,
That's what I was about to say to you before, Eric. When you're coaching, you just can't afford a player of his quality not in the play. If you get him in the play all the time, I know they're human and you can't get everywhere, but it just goes to show the value of the guy.
Well, it's 25 minutes into the final quarter. Corio realised the seriousness because Shea Walker has come in to do the ruck work for the last few minutes of the game. In there, Breed, huge punch forward. He's on a roll at the moment. Inabong, well, dragged off the footy by Lazarick. Handball, Mr. Smart tries to come back. Ruck looking for someone to handball to. Charles, bit of panic there, but he's got his foot to the footy. Matty Cullen eased his opponent out with body, gets the footy, drives it back towards centre half forward. Shane Manning running with the flight of the footy. Barry O'Toole coming towards it. It's over their heads. It's bounced to the advantage of Shane Manning.
There's
coming
trouble.
back. If he can get, well, there's a whistle on play. It's Barry O'Toole.
It's play on.
Advantage has been paid, and Shane Manning runs into the open goal square and kicks the goal on the advantage. So an important goal for Corio, important goal for Shane Manning. And
I think the fat lady can start singing.
At 26 minutes into the final quarter, the score now, Corio 17-10, 112. They lead East Geelong 15-5-95, and that's on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre. Final quarter scoreboard.
Yeah, well, I think the players just a little bit confused then when umpire called the play on situation. He wasn't quite sure whether it was a Corio player picked the footy up and was about to call it back, but when he realised it's Corio, it was a good. Actually, I think the umpiring today's been great. Hey, comment from you two, blokes.
No,
I think it's been good too.
There's always an odd decision, but no, it's been generally sound.
From the ruck contest, McLean now. Left foot kick wide towards centre wing. Foot race getting out there, Charles. And also Miles. And Charles, I think, will be happy to see it over. And he is on centre wing.
Now, I'm not saying aim on Charles in the better players, but I thought today's one of the better games I've seen him play.
He's given them something on that wing, hasn't he?
He certainly has.
Bit of speed. Ball thrown in, out of centre wing. Walker gets the ball forward, follows up himself. He's, well, the ball's going nowhere. Surely the umpire is going to put a whistle on play, which he does. And got a bit of a wrestle there as players untangle themselves. Ball handed back to the umpire. We've ticked past 27 minutes in the final quarter of the qualifying final. Corio holds sway, 112-95. Ball comes down, Inavong. Nice little handball out to Senjov, looking for Buckingham. Well, he had the footy, he lost it. Good work, Eldridge there on half back. Long kick back to half forward. Mark not taken in front. Surely the umpire wouldn't pay the man at the back on that occasion, but finally it's Charles again. Handball to Cornwall, running through the middle. It's a lovely looking pass. Barry O'Toole dive for the mark, missed it. Comes back onto the football. Now we've got the ball coming clear. McLean, oh, just sheer strength. He's shrugged off two tackles on that occasion. Gets the long kick back to centre half forward. Well, the whistle on play. Where's the whistle come from?
Ooh, what should have been?
Why was that not advantage if it's a free kick? But Edavong has the ensuing free kick at centre half forward for East Geelong. The lead has come from Sean O'Leary, but the kick again, not too good off the boot. In the hole there was Eldridge and has taken the mark for Corio. Well, he's got Ricky O'Toole, who he handballs to. He goes across the ground, looking for and finding Collins, has taken the mark. He's got Cullen loose on centre wing, and it's just controlling the footy now. Cullen takes the mark. He's got a lead there from Ruck at half forward. Can't take the mark, but he's able to get his opponent in O'Leary out of the game. Ruck comes back, kicks it back towards the corridor. Ricky Lazarick takes the mark, keeps going and runs to 40. He's chipped it over the top and
missed it.
I couldn't see where the ball went. It's just gone to the right of the post, I think. So it is only a behind. 17-11, 113 Corio. 15-5-95 East Geelong. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. 29 minutes gone in the qualifying final.
Stenhouse from fullback. Straight down the middle towards Ferguson. Third in line. Off hands. Charles. Breed. Kick off the ground towards the middle. Senjov will get there first on the cricket pitch area. Great pick up. Handball backwards to Williams. Will it sit for him, or can he get around Bigham? Yes, he can. Right foot kick towards half forward. Dieselak on a lead, but Peters will chop it off first and take the mark. He just looks cheeky, doesn't he, when he takes the mark? Dieselak gives him a lead. He goes long, though, towards O'Leary, up against McNamara. And a free kick for a push against O'Leary. And McNamara will take the free kick.
A couple of times the three umpires have called Sean out of it, haven't they?
So now plays on to Eldridge. Kicks over the top short to Dabrowski. Still in defensive 50. McNamara hobbling now. Now Dabrowski goes long to the outer side. Looking for Ricky O'Toole. Use the body. Buckingham, good tackle. Lost the footy, said the umpire. Holding the ball, play on the call. Now Gunn goes long towards O'Leary again. It got a couple against him. Matthew King has taken the mark again.
Hasn't he read the ball well?
I'll tell you what, I'm not going to preempt my base, but he isn't BAG. I know nothing about football.
Right, well, Matthew King's getting through from Laurie, and he kicks along towards half back. Walker in front, takes the mark.
I've always supported my back pocket player.
So Walker goes long towards the middle. Ricky Bigham can run onto it. Dandy gets back there as well. Will it sit for him though? No, it won't. And Bigham does well. Senjov does even better. Cross centre half back. Handball to a standing start. O'Leary goes towards Dieselak in the middle. Puts the hand up. Good mark.
Kept his eye on the footy. Johnny Cousins lost sight of it.
Yep. Dieselak now switches play towards Peters on centre wing. Collins comes at him. Oh, he gets around, sells the dummy. Left foot kick towards McLean. It's to sit and wait and does so now. Breed gives him a lead. He's got Dieselak leading for him as well. O'Leary. Dieselak still there. He goes in that direction. O'Leary there as well. They go up off hands towards the side of the pack. Dabrowski kick back towards half forward. Over the head of Ferguson. Charles tries to tap it on intelligently to Collins. Runs through half back now, the youngster. Hasn't got a lot to kick to, so he just chips it to Danny Ruck. Good kick in the end. Now Barry O'Toole to lead for him. He goes in that direction. And in front of Stenhouse takes the mark.
They hurt you on the clean break, Laurie, don't
Yeah,
they?
yeah, they certainly do. Especially when it ends up in a bloke like Barry O'Toole's hands.
So Barry O'Toole, who's kicked 6 goals, won this afternoon.
That's a good day.
On the siren.
Good day at the office.
We'll shoot for goal.
Well, it's irrelevant now. There's no percentage required, Laurie.
No. Still nice to kick another one, though.
So Barry O'Toole to come in. And he's given it a bit. He's missed, though.
He's missed.
3 for 1 behind. 6 goals to his personal tally. And they go to 17-12, 114. Corio, they've defeated East Geelong 15-5, 95 in the qualifying final. The goal kickers for Corio, 6 to Barry O'Toole, 3 to Ricky O'Toole, 2 each to John Bolchevek and to Shane Manning, and singles to John Cousins, Lee Clifford, John Keys and Shea Walker. While for East Geelong, 4 to Simon Dieselak, 3 each to Sean O'Leary and Mark Buckingham, and singles to Andrew Hill, Nathan Murray, Scott Ferguson, Phil Gunn and Luke McLean. But in the end, it was a victory for Corio. They move through to the second semi-final against North Geelong next Saturday, and East Geelong will move through to the first semi-final on Sunday against the winner of tomorrow's elimination final between Thompson and Bellposter. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the final siren. Thanks to Exhaust Brothers, we'll have our wrap of the day here at St Albans Reserve, where we've seen Corio defeat East Geelong. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.